5 poses, 5 minutes. All right, let's get started in a high lunge with a chest press. So press into all 4 corners of that right foot, bringing the right knee over the ankle and extending through that back heel. If you want a little cardio boost option, you can bend and straighten the leg, or you can drop that left knee on the floor if you're a beginner or if your butt's just starting to get tired. Next, we're gonna flow into a moving lunge with an overhead pull down. So you're gonna bring your palms facing you and pull them down by the waist as you bring that left knee up in toward the chest, balancing on that right foot. If it's too much for you, take the modification here and just step that left foot up and back, or stay in the high lunge and just do the overhead moves. Whichever modification you choose, trust me, you're still gonna feel it in the upper and lower body. Next, we're gonna come into a warrior 1 stance with an overhead press. Palms face forward, press those weights up like you're pressing them through mud. So if you have lighter weights and it doesn't feel that challenging, you can always add that little bit of extra resistance just by pressing up fully. And then if you wanna straighten and bend the leg here as well to get a little bit more hip mobility, you can do that as well. The great thing about Yoga Sculpt is it makes your traditional poses even stronger, but make sure you start from a solid foundation. Coming into a flying warrior with a reverse fly, you're probably really feeling your booty work at this point. So if you need to drop that left knee, that's fine. Or if you're a beginner and it's just too much to do all these poses standing, take the modification. Make sure you're engaging your core here, pressing back through that left heel and extending through the crown of the head. You want to make sure you're engaged head to toe. From here, we're going to transition into tree pose. Yes, it wouldn't be a Zen Strength flow without a balance challenge. So focus on getting that lower body foundation and then bring those elbows into a bent position, coming into a side raise. So if you have any balance challenges like I'm having right now, you want to make sure you keep your core engaged, but if having that foot up on the thigh is too much, bring it down to the ankle, or you can even put your toes on the floor. Whatever works for you. All right, next we're going to transition to the other side. You're halfway done, and I'm sure you're already feeling it. Come back into that lunge position with the chest press. Pressing all 4 corners of that left foot down, bending the knee over the ankle, and then straightening and bending the leg if you want to add that little bit of extra push, which I'm sure you do. Drop that knee if you need to. That's always a modification variation. Remember, if your arms get tired, you can always drop the weights. Back to that moving lunge, bringing that right knee up in toward the navel as you bring the weights up and pull them back down by the waist. Again, if you can't lift the knee up, if you're having a balance issue today, or you're new to the practice, feel free to just tap the foot up and back or stay in a high lunge position and do the overhead movements. You're still working. I don't know about you, but I am feeling this. All right, next pose, come back into that warrior 1 position on that left side now with an overhead press, palms face forward, elbows come down, and really work that upper body. So if the weights feel light to you, pretend you're pressing those weights up through mud and add that little bit of extra resistance. And as you just saw, you can bend and straighten the leg again if you want, always trying to bring that practice to the edge and challenge yourself. All right, let's get back in tree pose on the left side. Again, bring that foot wherever is comfortable for you, on the thigh, or it can be on the calf, or toes can even be on the floor. And then bringing those elbows out into a side raise, working those shoulders. And as you can see from my face, as I keep wobbling, working the core, you want to engage those muscles to keep everything nice and steady here. So here's the deal. I might have been teaching yoga for 30 years, but sometimes I forget stuff, and I like to keep it real here. So I'm just gonna tell you, I forgot to do the flying warrior with reverse fly on the left side. So go back and do 10 reps of that before you come into this meditation. And don't skip the meditation. It's the most important part. Hope you enjoyed this flow.